So, as a real estate agent just kind of starting out, how do you choose a brokerage?
Good question. So that's actually a super common question. There's a few different ways to make that decision. In my experience, because I have been with, at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different brokerages since 2016. I've pretty much seen every model you can. But when you make that decision, you ultimately want to base it off of a few things. Number one thing, what kind of training and support do you need and desire? So for example, if you're just brand new to the industry, you probably need a brokerage that is going to offer you a higher level of support and training. Again, each brokerage is different. For example, your 100% commission brokerages, they're typically not offering training and support the same way that maybe the brokerages are that are more local and have the office that you can go into, same level of support that they may offer. So you have to decide how much help that you need. Do you need to join a team? Or some brokerages offer teams. Next thing is your technology and systems. So what is the broker offering you in terms of a CRM, a transaction management software, a signature software? There's all these tools that real estate agents have to use in their daily business. And most of the time, a broker, depending on the type of brokerage model, they will either offer all of those as one sort of all-inclusive package, or they won't offer them at all. So you have to look at that. Also, you want to look at, obviously, commission splits and basically what kind of goals you have for your income. If you're someone who has a big influence and you're part of a community and maybe you know a lot of people or whatever it is, then you may be working a lot off of referrals and not rely so much on the brokerage for leads or say a team to provide you anything. So if that's the case, then you probably want to look at the brokerages that are offering a higher split because you're bringing in most of the business. Now, if you are someone who's new to the game and really needs help with contracts and all the training and leads on top of that, because you don't know where to start and you don't have any business, maybe you just moved to a new area, whatever it is, then you probably want to look at the brokerage that has a team within it, or maybe just go join a team that is with an independent brokerage and the whole brokerage is the team. That way you can go ahead and get some lead flow, some training on how to work those leads, etc. So you have to make that decision. And those teams that I'm speaking of, those types of models, they're typically offering a much lower commission split, but it can be worth it if you have no business at all. Then it can certainly be worth it. Last big thing is, what is this brokerage going to do to help you get set up down the road in the long term? Do they offer any kind of stock incentives? Are you able to get ownership in the brokerage? There's a few companies now that do offer stock incentives so you can be an owner in that company. Do they offer any kind of revenue share capabilities? Do they offer health insurance? Do they offer really anything that's going to help you get set up in the long run? So don't just look at, I've made the mistake in the past when I was very early on in real estate. I made the mistake of going to that 100% brokerage and just simply chasing the commission. So don't make that mistake. If you need better support and you need lead flow and that kind of thing, don't be afraid to go work for the team. Even if you're only getting 30% per deal, it adds up, right? But if you're somebody who you've got that community influence or whatever it is, start to look at those models that offer, number one, a higher split, but they also offer retirement options. They offer revenue share capabilities. Even the health insurance thing is pretty important because as self-employed, 1099 contractor, getting good health insurance is not always easy. So those are just a few ways and a few things to think about when you are searching what brokerage to go with. And at the end of the day, you're going to have to learn one way or another. Like I said, I've been to 6 different brokerages throughout my journey just since 2016. I do think I've found now the best one that I've ever been with in eXp Realty. So they just simply because when I made the decision to go with them, I looked at 2 companies. I looked at Compass and I looked at eXp Realty because I wanted to be with a company that was innovative and very tech driven. And the reason I made the decision for eXp versus Compass is simply because of the stock incentives and the revenue share capabilities in that health insurance that I mentioned. So those are just a few reasons for me personally, and then some reasons or some things to look at when you're making that decision.